你好，母亲大人. The Last Goodbye to Mama is a 30-episode drama that's been airing on all three major streaming platforms in China, Youku, iQIYI, Tencent. This drama is actually produced by Youku, but then it sold its rights to the other platforms. Youku knows what it's doing. The drama is led by Dong Jie, Ying Fang, Lu Fangsheng, Wang Churan, written by Gong Xue, directed by Cao Dun and Jing Chong. If you're deep into Chinese dramaland, you probably know Cao Dun and Jing Chong were the two directors, or more specifically, director and cinematographer of Chang'an 12时辰, The Longest Day in Chang'an. Cao Dun is also a frequenter of my reviews, and sometimes I rant about him not being able to really direct story narratives, but great at camera work. So before I even start to talk about this drama, you should know at least the cinematography end of this drama is gonna be Class A, and it is. The drama is 30 episodes long, and it is based on an existing text. But unusual about this project is the original text is not fiction. It is based on a real life story that's the author's own kind of autobiography. And it's written in the form of a collection of proses, small articles that are not necessarily linked together, but putting them together complete this picture of his own experience growing up as a single parent family kid with his mother. And I think it plays a huge part into how this drama comes across. I have watched the first 10 episodes at this point, making the first impression video, and I will give it 2 gold mine. A really high rating on a drama that is neither popular nor well received. And hardly anybody is talking about this drama. Youku didn't even bother to promote this drama in any way. It has 0 effort put in promotion. And look at the title. 你好，母亲大人 literally means hello, mother, and 大人 is hahawe. Okay, in Japanese, it's the equivalent of that. It just doesn't sound like a very exciting story, and not the type of super popular, particularly on internet category of dramas, but I'm gonna tell you why this drama is really good. I'll talk about it in the reverse order of things. First, I'll talk about things that are not ideal about this production, then the good things. First, not so ideal thing I've already kind of talked about, which is it is not a popular subject. It is not easy to sell it. Usually when you try to promote something, you need a couple of eye-catching points of a story to grab the audiences in. And a story that's about a son and a mother's relationship doesn't sound like super interesting and unusual. The second not so ideal thing about this drama is at the center of the narrative you have the mother and the son. And they're played by Dong Jie and Ying Fang. Both are rather good actors. In reality, there's only 6 years difference in terms of age between the actress who played mother and the actor who played the son. When you're watching it, it's actually not so much of an experience that's jarring if you don't know. But the problem with that is a lot of people do know. Before they even start watching this drama, they're gonna know this. And they're gonna say, this is yet another those drama where the guys, because entertainment business is much easier on male than on female. And they're gonna start thinking, okay, this drama is yet another production like that where the guy can play any age. They can be like 30 years old and playing 18 and everybody is happy, but then you have an actress who's well established, much better known and have been around for much longer, but now, because she's in her 40s, therefore she can only play mother. And maybe they would just not want to check it out. That would be a loss. It's not really a problem for this drama. It actually works. Plus, in recent years, Dong Jie personally just doesn't have the best reputation online due to previous marriage with Pan Yueming and a lot of the mess that happened during their divorce. And Pan Yueming is made out to be more of a victim of that marriage and divorce. So Dong Jie doesn't have the best personal reputation these days. And that also affected quite a lot of people from getting into this drama, because they simply were like, yeah, it's her, I don't want to watch it. It's pretty much the same situation as in Nirvana and Fire 2 when Huang Xiaoming played Xiao Pingzhang. He did a really good job and I liked his character a lot. I mean, there are a lot of characters he did that I don't like, but that one is really fine. But due to his not so ideal reputation, a lot of people just refuse to watch an IF2 only because it has Huang Xiaoming. So this drama also ran into this problem. And these things are not really that much to do with the story itself. And if I have to pick what is wrong with the story, I would say it just isn't a exciting topic. And a lot of people these days are looking for quick enjoyment, easy watching experience. Either you make me laugh, or you scare me out of my chair, or you just give me strong stimulants. But this drama is nothing like that. This drama is polar opposite to strong stimulants, kind of tiny water flows long, that type of storytelling. So everything considered, this drama is, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna really end anywhere with popularity, but I'm gonna recommend this drama still to audiences who would want to look at something that is rather poetic. Now let's talk about the good things about this drama. The first thing, foremost thing, the most unique thing about this project is it is the most poem-like, prose-like, slightly like indie film-like drama I've seen that came out of China in 2021. We're so used to the very plot-driven, the very scene linked to scene, the very pushing the story forward type of storytelling, television series or web series these days. And hardly anybody is trying to say, let's just try a different type of storytelling of this form and see where we go. So this project, although it was actually filmed at the end of 2019, started filming then, probably ran into pandemic and got a lot of problems and didn't come out till 2021. It really is unique in a sense that it is very, very much like a slow poem that's stitched together with many, many moments that do not necessarily push each other in any way or leading towards a clear goal. From episode 1, you know this successful writer played by Yin Fang is close to his 30s. His mother, who literally raised him by herself, was diagnosed with cancer. Actually, she has been diagnosed with cancer for many years and she never told the son until it got really serious. They lived in a small village place when he was younger, but now he had a career in the big city and the mother came to the big city to seek medical care. The story begins at the son receiving a mother and then bringing her into his current life and try to help her seek treatment. And then the story starts to trace back in time from before the mother was married and had him and got pregnant and had him and divorced with the original husband and then everything in their life. And you have two timelines running at the same time. One is focused on the son, pretty much starting from his end of high school, leading up to university, leading up to graduation, and then his career. At the same time, the mother storyline also gets cut into the mix, starting when she was a teenager, and then how she got married, and how she had the son. And then there's an interviewer of this writer, who now he is successful, and he's being interviewed by this really challenging interviewer, a woman. And it's kind of in his process of answering all the questions from this interviewer that we see the experience of his childhood growing up and raised by the single mother. This is a rather common way of storytelling in cinema, but not so common these days in Chinese drama land. At least I think this is the only one I've seen this year that does it in this way, and it's beautifully done. Because this plays into the nature of visual storytelling with editing and with shot design. You can have two timelines merged together in this seamless transition that happens so many times in this drama that are so beautifully shot and planned and designed. For example, the son in university, he is closing a cupboard door and the camera is inside it. You see the door shut, and when the door opens again, it's the mother many years ago when she was working at her place and opening her cupboard, and then you almost see two parallel lines of the character's fate. When something is happening to the mother when she was younger, you cut to the next scene, things of similar nature is happening to the son, and you see those two lines intertwine with each other. Refreshing. That's the best word I can find. Is I just don't see it in other dramas. I enjoyed it immensely. It is definitely designed by people who know how to write stories / good visual storytellers. So they use to the maximum of visual storytelling's advantages plus this type of prose-like slow moments and moments of life stitching style to give you a drama that is just unlike any other drama that is ongoing right now. The second thing about this drama that is great is it's filled with details of life. Although it's not perfect, because it concerns a rather big time span from 80s, 90s, early 2000s, certain details are not really that accurate. For example, they claim this is 2004 when our male lead character goes into university, but then when you look at the details of life, right, what cell phone they use, or what is available to them is actually not really accurate to the time. But the older things, the 70s, 80s, details, texture, props, costumes, furnitures, everything, even the lens and the lighting gives you such a comfortable feeling and realistic feeling. And then the story itself, its pacing is also at the very fine, very subtle, very detailed but textured way. There are many moments of the story that is just looking at tiny, tiny things in life. For example, a family having dinner and something that goes on the table that doesn't really lead anywhere, but the reality it reflects and how through those little things it shows the bond between the characters in the family is beautifully portrayed. There are many slow, inconsequential plot-wise moments in this drama that will literally make you cry. Those moments are just so delicious to watch. Not gonna spoil it for you, but you will see it. Mostly happens between Dong Jie and the kid is younger, so it's not Yinfang. It's the younger children, actors playing those roles, but oh my god, those moments are... It made me cry, and it's hard to make me cry, okay, but this drama did. Then the final thing I have to say is great casting choice. I think for the main two characters, Dong Jie playing the mother, Yinfang playing the son, the mother is a stronger actor. Yinfang, maybe it's due to, at this point of the plot, his character is not so lovable. Don't have the best feeling for his role, but he did a good job, I'd say, because I think the audiences are not supposed to love him at this point. So in that sense, he did a good job. Dong Jie, I really have to say, regardless of her personal life and whatever reputation she has, she did a phenomenal job of playing a big age span character from her teenager young girl age to white-haired middle-aged mother who has cancer. I didn't expect she'd do that good a job, and in my memory, she has always been this type of really pretty but okay actress. And I think most of the people would be familiar with her Ru Yi Zhuan, Ru Yi's Royal Love in the Palace, where she played the Empress. If you compare her performance in that drama and this one, this is a much better one. And the script is just so much kinder in terms of giving her the range and different situations and scenarios for her to just play with it as an actress. And I have the feeling that when she was playing this role, she must have had a blast of being an actress and being able to play this big time jump role that goes through so many things in life. I was impressed by her. I didn't expect she to be that good, but she's good. She's really good, and you're gonna love her. Okay, I'm just telling you. Watch this drama, you're gonna love her. And there's one part of this drama that I appreciate so much. In a part of her life, so this is a spoiler, during this kid's about 10-year-old time, and the mother, already divorced now, was working at a Japanese factory. So Japanese company that has a factory in China. And there is a Japanese person in the story played by the actor Lu Fengsheng. That mid-age or close to mid-age matured person's different language cannot quite communicate love story is so beautifully captured. And through their detailed acting and great script writing and beautiful camera work, I just didn't expect I'd be so moved by two very common person who have no special setups, not the big boss, not having special powers, set in the 90s, 80s, boring time in a way. But that's like one of the best romantic relationship or story, or wrenching story I've seen this year. Among all the dramas, all kinds, period, contemporary, whatever, this year. This is one of the best love stories. It's gonna stay there in my memory for years to come, I'm pretty sure. And I highly recommend you go and watch this drama, even if just for that love story that is short-lived and beautifully presented. And then I was so impressed about the fact that both of them spoke real lines with their real voice, Japanese, because the character, the guy, is a Japanese guy and he can't quite speak Chinese. And then Dong Jie is the role who learned a little bit Japanese, so she can kind of like 20 to 50% communicate with him, but not 100%. And both actors use their own voice, use their own Japanese to act that part. And I didn't even know Lu Fengsheng is fluent in Japanese because I never researched into him. I know him as an actor. I really like his performance in 长安十二时辰, and I think he's really good looking. But apart from that, I have no idea about his experience. He's a Chinese person born in China, but when he was in primary school, his parents got a job in Japan, so the whole family moved to Japan. Further education, middle school, high school, university, fully in Japan, and not in acting. He actually studied, I think, economics. So his Chinese and Japanese fluent. When he finished his degree in Japan, he just decided, I'm gonna be an actor. And the parents were like, no. And he's like, no, I decide my fate. So he ran back to China, got into a Beijing Film Academy, and eventually become a master. Like, got a master degree. So this is a rather interesting life story of the actor himself. So I was like, that's why. When I was watching, I can tell it's his voice. Like, same voice speaking previous dramas and in this drama. And the mouth was perfect. There's not even one mistake that is unsynced. I was like, did he got dubbed or did he dub himself? Did he learn Japanese specifically just for this role? His Japanese sounds so Japanese. And then I found out. I am just so happy to see real actor, real actresses respect their roles and their job. If the character learned Japanese, I go and learn Japanese and I speak in that awkward but trying to communicate way with my own voice, not dubbed, not having the ridiculous situation of I speak Chinese, you speak Japanese, but somehow we understand each other with like no reason behind it. I so appreciate they put their characters first and do what actors are supposed to do. If you're playing an athlete, then you better get trained and at least appear 80% like a real athlete. Unlike so many other dramas where nobody even bother to do any work to portray the characters they're supposed to do. So, this is a 2-goat-1 drama at this point. It deserves it. And I know it's not gonna get popular and not that many people are gonna watch it, and I don't even know if it's gonna be very easy for international audiences to fully watch this drama, because if it's not popular, it's not gonna get fully subtitled and that type of stuff. That would be my first impression on the drama 你好母亲大人 The Last Goodbye to Mama. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.